best individual seasons in Mariners history. A lot of choices here. Felix, Ichiro, a couple of their names. Where does Cal's rank? Curtis, you were having a conversation with 650 yesterday.
About boys up north there.
About just kind of like where Cal's ranks. And look, there are going to be some people that feel very, very strongly about, let's say, 95 Randy Johnson, 95 Edgar. That's a little before my own viewing of the Mariners, but man, is 2010 Felix a big part of that.
Mm-hmm.
So I was wondering just what you were thinking for when you look at Cal's season, 60 home runs, AL RBI leader, most home runs ever by a catcher, and I don't think that's getting touched again. And then most home runs by a switch hitter. Where does that rank when you think about 2010 Felix, 2004 Ichiro, 2001 Ichiro?
It's tough, man. I mean, even 97 Griffey, yeah, Cal hit more home runs than him, but he was AL MVP, AL RBI leader, Gold Glove winner as well. Cal got the platinum thing last year. This is tough, man, because I think all of these are obviously in the mix. I would separate this anything that happens on the mound to anything that happens in the batter's box. I'm just going to separate those two.
Okay.
And I think like the actual player is different too. Like Ichiro wasn't there to hit bombs. That's not what he does. Hits for contact, gets on base, and lead in WAR, right? And he did that in 2004. MLB record 262, AL batting title, and AL WAR leader. This is one of the. Now I saw this in the show email, and I couldn't pick one because recency bias is going to say, yeah, I saw every game that Cal played this year. I know what he's up against with Aaron Judge. I know how the game is now, too, with the velocity that pitchers have and the movement they have in their pitchers. So hitting the ball is harder to do than ever. So I naturally want to put Cal up there, but I think I'm going to go with 2004 Ichiro.
Oh, okay.
I'm going
MLB
Ichiro.
record, 262 hits, batting title.
And I go with him
leader.
because that's the player that Ichiro wants to be. Like, the best version of Ichiro is a guy who's going to hit for contact and get on base. Like, the best version of Cal is a guy who's going to hit bombs. And yeah, this is tough, man. But I'm going with Ichiro.
Fair answer, right?
Yeah.
None of these. There's not an obvious answer to any of this.
There
Because these
isn't.
are historic, absolutely historic.
Who you going with?
AL MVP for Griffey in '97. The most dominant, like Felix's run was, or that season,
Which one?
2010 Felix. I just remember a good chunk
2010,
of
yeah.
when I was really consuming baseball more seriously, that was that kind of stretch. Like I still remember the day he threw his perfect game, exactly where I was, because like many people listening, I was offered tickets to go and was like, no, I have to stay here because it was like a matinee or whatever. You know what I mean? So that era is just, there's an emotional connection to Mariners baseball there. I know for a lot of people, they're looking at, the 90s and stuff. I was just not too young per se, but a kid, so you consume it differently. But what Cal Raleigh's doing is, it's not like no one had won a Cy Young before. It's not like no one in history had thrown a perfect game. It was just absolutely unreal to see.
Yep.
No one in history has done what Cal's done.
I'm trying not to have recency bias. You know what I mean?
I know, but there's
I'm trying not to, but you're right. Like, but I'm trying not to because I wish I could fast forward. I don't, but I do. I wish I could fast forward like 5 years from now and then look at this list and see how I feel about it. But you're absolutely right. I mean, Cal is doing things that no one has done before at his position, and that alone should give him the best season in Mariner history.
Well, and I also kind of wonder, you mentioned 2004 Ichiro with the single-season hits record. 2001 Ichiro, I mean, MVP, Rookie of the Year, batting title, Gold Glove.
Yeah.
He came away with every award that season. They won 116 games. And, I mean, that one is – you have to mention that one in terms of best ever Mariners seasons.
What if 2025 Cal goes to a World Series?
Oh, then yeah,
it's a wrap.
It's
Right?
end of discussion,
Right?
Because all these previous seasons never ended in any sort of World Series trip.
That's what
Most of them ended in a playoff trip, I would say, especially the Griffey ones. There's a few Alex Rodriguez ones in here.
Felix obviously not. But
Edgar, yeah, but yeah, if this ends in a World Series trip, like even just getting there, I think sign, seal, deliver.
I mean, we're
the best
we're still waiting to see if he gets MVP. Waiting to see if he gets that platinum glove again. You know what I mean?
True. Like
there's
we
still
could
some
continue to add
things
to it.
that he can add to his resume this year.
I'll say this. From now on until the end of time, when the sun explodes, whenever we watch baseball and a catcher gets, let's say, 25, 30 home runs at the All-Star break, Cal's face is going to pop up on a little graphic, just like we've been watching basically since June, July, with Salvador, with Johnny Bench, with,
Javi
Lopez,
yeah.
And it's going to be there forever and ever. And I don't know that it's getting touched. I don't know that Cal's touching it again. And I think he kind of knows that. Like, he seems truly stumped about how to respond to this and what to say about it and how to process it. And as someone who sounds like he grew up very much a fan of baseball, he's probably like, these are years he's very familiar with.
Well, he had mentioned after breaking Mickey Mantle's record, saying, like, I don't belong in the same conversation as Mickey Mantle and Ken Griffey. And it's like, I don't know, Cal. I think you kind of do.
I think you do.
You absolutely do. His dad said something, too, to the effect of, like, I'm seeing my son's name mentioned in the same breath as Johnny Bench, and, like, Johnny Bench is a baseball god to me. And, like, I can't look at my son as a baseball god. This is my son. I changed his diapers, you know? But then it's like, you look at the context of his season, it's like, maybe he is up there with the all-time greats.
Right.
Someone said the fact you guys are even discussing other players in a time like this for Cal is shameful. Read the room.
Shameful?
But here's the thing, too. First of all, these are all everyone's favorite Mariners. But secondly, this is why it's important. All of us, anyone in Seattle, anyone who's a Mariners fan, wants Cal to win AL MVP because you're obviously at this time rooting against a Yankee. But also, we have these kind of like untouchable heroes in Mariners history. And for all of their postseason failures or lack of postseason appearances, the Mariners have had some incredible seasons, individual seasons.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible. I mean, of the three players to come closest outside of Mariano Rivera to being unanimous Hall of Famers, Jeter, minus him, and then you've got Griffey and Ichiro. Two Mariners are right up there, collectively missing being unanimous Hall of Famers by 4 votes between them.
Mm-hmm.
Unforgivable, but I digress. We're talking about historically amazing seasons, and it's crazy to just kind of sit here and realize you're seeing one of them. The next closest one here is 2010.
Right.
15 years ago.
Because if you're going to talk about Cal Raleigh as having the best season in Mariners team history, you have to look back at the others that you're comparing it to.
And kind
You can't just say Cal's having the best season. It's like, well, let's go to the tape. Let's look at the numbers.
Exactly. And it's not to take away from Cal. I think it very much adds to his story to say there's a historical context to this that's important to add outside of just, oh, look at this catching record. How crazy. It's, wow. You're going to be talking about Cal forever.
I also think it's important to look back, and it's important to hear different perspectives. Like, I want to hear the guy who's 50-something years old who's watched his all go down. I want to hear the 30, the 40. I want to hear the guy who's an implant, the guy who's out. Like, because people might bring up arguments or points that makes you rethink some things, you know what I mean? And with Cal, the main thing for me is that it's not even finished yet.
Mm-hmm.
And we're already talking about where it ranks amongst the greats. Like, all those guys are done. Cal is still in the mix, and he's already in the conversation, so he can add to this thing.
All right, well.